The dawn of the new millennium brought with it a wave of architectural ambition, a desire to mark the occasion with structures that embodied progress and innovation. Cities around the world were eager to showcase their forward-thinking spirit through groundbreaking designs and futuristic buildings. This era was characterized by a blend of creativity and technological advancement, pushing the boundaries of what was possible in architecture. Architects and engineers were inspired to create landmarks that would stand as testaments to human ingenuity and the limitless potential of the future. These new structures were not just buildings, they were symbols of hope, progress, and the unyielding human spirit. In London, this aspiration found form in the Millennium Bridge, a pedestrian bridge envisioned to connect the north and south banks of the River Thames. The bridge was conceived as a bold statement of modernity, a sleek and elegant structure that would seamlessly blend with the historic and contemporary elements of the city. The bridge was intended to be more than just a crossing. It was to serve as a symbolic link between the historic city of London with its financial heart and the vibrant cultural hub of Bankside, home to the Tate Modern Art Gallery and Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. This connection was meant to represent the merging of tradition and innovation, a physical manifestation of the city's dynamic evolution. The design competition for the Millennium Bridge attracted entries from around the world, each vying to capture the spirit of the new millennium. Architects and designers from various countries submitted their visions, hoping to leave their mark on one of the most iconic cities in the world. The competition was fierce, with each entry showcasing unique interpretations of what the bridge could represent. The winning design by architect Lord Norman Foster and engineers Arup proposed a sleek and minimalist structure, a ribbon of steel and aluminum suspended over the water. This design was chosen for its elegance and simplicity, reflecting the modernist ideals of the time. The bridge's design was not only aesthetically pleasing but also a marvel of engineering, utilizing cutting-edge technology to achieve its graceful form. This elegant design, however, would soon face an unexpected challenge, one that would test the limits of engineering ingenuity and capture the world's attention. As construction progressed, unforeseen issues arose, presenting significant obstacles that needed to be overcome. The project became a focal point of media coverage, with the public eagerly following its development. The challenges faced during the construction of the Millennium Bridge would ultimately highlight the resilience and creativity of those involved, turning it into a symbol of perseverance and innovation. After years of planning and construction, the Millennium Bridge opened to the public on June 10, 2000. Londoners and tourists alike flocked to experience this new addition to the city's skyline, eager to walk across its unique, shallow-stepped form. The bridge was hailed as a triumph of modern engineering, a testament to the possibilities of design and technology. Its slender form, seemingly floating above the water, offered breathtaking views of the city. Yet, even as crowds celebrated its opening, a subtle but unsettling phenomenon was beginning to emerge. Pedestrians crossing the bridge noticed a strange swaying motion, a lateral movement that seemed to increase with the density of the crowd. What began as a barely perceptible tremor soon escalated into a noticeable wobble, prompting concern and unease among those on the bridge. Within hours of its grand opening, the Millennium Bridge was closed to the public, its future suddenly uncertain. The closure of the Millennium Bridge sent shockwaves through the city and beyond. It was a structure that had been eagerly anticipated, a symbol of modern engineering and architectural prowess. Yet just days after its grand opening, it was shut down due to an unexpected and alarming issue. How could a structure so meticulously planned and engineered exhibit such a fundamental flaw? The bridge had been designed to be a marvel of modern engineering, a testament to human ingenuity and precision. Every detail had been scrutinized, every calculation double-checked. Yet something had gone terribly wrong. The world watched with a mixture of amusement and apprehension as engineers scrambled to identify the cause of the wobble and devise a solution. News outlets around the globe covered the story, showing footage of the bridge swaying under the weight of pedestrians. It became a topic of conversation in engineering circles and among the general public alike. The culprit, it turned out, was a phenomenon known as synchronous lateral excitation. This complex term describes a situation where small, rhythmic forces, such as those created by people walking, can cause a structure to oscillate. It was a phenomenon that had been observed before, but never on such a scale. In simple terms, the bridge was moving in sync with the footsteps of the pedestrians crossing it. As people walked, their steps created a rhythm that the bridge began to match. This synchronization caused the bridge to sway, creating a feedback loop that amplified the motion. As people walked across the bridge, their steps created small, lateral forces. These forces, while individually insignificant, combined to create a significant lateral movement. It was a subtle effect, but one that had dramatic consequences. Normally, these forces would be dissipated by the structure itself. Bridges are designed to handle a variety of stresses and strains, dispersing them throughout the structure to maintain stability. However, in this case, the design of the Millennium Bridge had an unexpected vulnerability. The Millennium Bridge, with its unusually slender design and shallow suspension cables, had an unexpected degree of flexibility. This flexibility, while contributing to the bridge's sleek and modern appearance, also made it more susceptible to the forces generated by pedestrian traffic. This flexibility, while aesthetically pleasing, meant that the bridge was susceptible to even small lateral forces. The very design elements that made the bridge a visual marvel also contributed to its instability. It was a delicate balance between form and function, one that had tipped too far in favor of aesthetics. As more people walked across, their synchronized footsteps amplified these forces, causing the bridge to sway from side to side in a phenomenon that became known as the Wobbly Bridge effect. It was a stark reminder that even the most carefully planned structures can have unforeseen vulnerabilities, and that the interaction between people and their environment can produce unexpected results. Section 4. Understanding the wobble, resonance, and the bridge's movement. The swaying of the Millennium Bridge was not simply a matter of its flexibility, it was also a case of resonance. Resonance occurs when a system is subjected to an external force that matches its natural frequency, causing it to vibrate with increasing amplitude. Think of a child on a swing. If you push the swing at just the right moment, in sync with its natural rhythm, it will swing higher and higher. Similarly, the footsteps of the pedestrians on the Millennium Bridge were acting like small rhythmic pushes, and unfortunately, the natural frequency of the bridge was remarkably close to the frequency of human walking. This meant that as people walked across the bridge, their steps inadvertently reinforced its lateral movement, causing the swaying to become more pronounced. The more people walked, the stronger the swaying became, creating a feedback loop that amplified the wobble to an alarming degree. Section 5. Engineering solutions, dampers and stabilizers to the rescue. The task facing engineers was clear: to modify the bridge's structure to eliminate the wobble and ensure the safety and comfort of pedestrians. This was no small feat, as the Millennium Bridge had become infamous for its unsettling swaying motion, which was both a public safety concern and a source of embarrassment. The engineers had to come up with a solution that would not only address the immediate problem, but also preserve the bridge's aesthetic appeal and structural integrity. The solution involved a two-pronged approach: dampers and stabilizers. These devices would work in tandem to counteract the forces causing the bridge to wobble. The engineers had to carefully calculate the placement and specifications of these devices to ensure they would be effective without compromising the bridge's design. Dampers, as their name suggests, are designed to dampen vibrations. They work by absorbing and dissipating the energy generated by the bridge's movement, thereby reducing the amplitude of the oscillations. This is achieved through various mechanisms, such as friction, hydraulic fluid, or tuned mass systems. In the case of the Millennium Bridge, over 30 tuned mass dampers, similar to large shock absorbers, were installed throughout the structure. These dampers were strategically placed to target the most problematic areas of the bridge, where the vibrations were most pronounced. These dampers act like pendulums, moving in opposition to the bridge's motion and dissipating the energy of the vibrations. By doing so, they help to stabilize the bridge and prevent the oscillations from building up to dangerous levels. Stabilizers, on the other hand, are designed to increase a structure's stiffness and resistance to lateral movement. They work by providing additional support to the bridge, making it more rigid and less prone to swaying. This is particularly important for long-span bridges like the Millennium Bridge, which are more susceptible to wind and pedestrian-induced vibrations. For the Millennium Bridge, over 50 passive viscous dampers, devices that resist motion by converting kinetic energy into heat, were added to the bridge's suspension cables. These dampers are highly effective at reducing vibrations because they can adapt to different frequencies and amplitudes of motion. These additions, while discreetly integrated into the bridge's design, represented a significant engineering feat. The engineers had to ensure that the dampers and stabilizers would not detract from the bridge's visual appeal, which was an important consideration given its iconic status. They were a testament to the ingenuity and adaptability of the engineers who, faced with an unprecedented challenge, found a solution that balanced functionality with the bridge's aesthetic integrity. The successful implementation of these devices not only solved the immediate problem but also provided valuable insights for future bridge designs, ensuring that the lessons learned from the Millennium Bridge would benefit other projects around the world.